weeks ago, the journey to Mount Midoriyama began. Over 500 athletes in 5 cities have taken on the world's most daunting obstacle courses.
He'll throw that one tomorrow.
Familiar faces have fallen.
Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me? The unthinkable!
And new heroes have emerged.
History has been made! The first woman, the second woman, the third woman ever to complete a qualifying course.
Yes, yes, yes!
Now, only the elite remain. Tonight, the first of 5 city finals.
I feel like this is my destiny.
I want to be recognized as one of the greatest American Ninja Warrior athletes.
A trip to Mount Midoriyama is within their grasp.
It's going to take perfection to take this course down.
But one final hurdle remains.
Tonight, nothing is guaranteed.
It's never easy to complete finals.
The Venice City Finals begin right now.
The limits are about to be broken.
5 cities and hundreds of amazing athletes later, we return to where it all began for the first of our city finals. You're looking at a view of one of the most challenging courses American Ninja Warrior has ever put together. Any competitor who completes it is guaranteed a trip to the national finals in Las Vegas with a chance to win $500,000 and make history as the first ever American Ninja Warrior. I'm Matt Iseman here with former NFL defensive end Akbar Gbaja-Biamila. All of the qualifiers are now complete. Only the top athletes from each of our 5 cities remain in the competition. Akbar, based on what you saw at the qualifying round here in Venice, who were you expecting to shine tonight?
Well, you know, Venice was the first and one of the most exciting qualifiers. These are the top 30 competitors competing tonight, including walk-on Kevin Bull, who came out of nowhere to turn in the best time of any newcomer. There's also James McGrath and Alan Keneally, who we saw square off in a beast-to-beast showdown with McGrath besting Keneally by 10 seconds.
The Beast, James McGrath.
And then there's the Godfather, David Campbell, who lived up to his pre-race promise of earning the fastest time of the qualifying round.
Well, the course is run in reverse order from Venice qualifying, so the top athletes run last. Let's get right to the action and get the city finals started. First up on the course is 31-year-old Israeli Army veteran Danny Goler. He's come ready to battle the first of our city finals courses. You may remember the popular Goler had one of the biggest contingents out here in qualifying cheering him on. Well, they are out here rooting him on again as he tries to earn a spot in Las Vegas. Well, this is American Ninja Warrior, but all Americans came from somewhere. Goler was born in Moscow, raised in Israel, trained in the Israeli army. It's just proof this is a worldwide phenomenon. People from all over the globe are becoming obsessed with American Ninja Warrior.
Everybody wants to have a sense of belonging in a platform to compete. American Ninja Warrior, that's where that happens.
The spinning wheel took out over 30% of our competitors in qualifying.
I tell you, that spinning wheel, it will throw off your equilibrium.
And you absolutely need to have your balance rock solid on the slack ladder. 5'9", 155, barely made the cut out of qualifying to these finals. A stumble, but he's through. A huge support system in the crowd, 15 to 20 friends. Goler hoping to make it through all 10 obstacles on this extended finals course so he can move on to Vegas.
You can taste Mount Midoriyama right now, but don't start looking ahead. You've got to pass these first 6 obstacles before you can start thinking about the new ones.
Well, Vladimir Putin may not like it, but this Muscovite is turning in a great performance here in America. This is where he went out in qualifying.
See, put that behind you now. At this point, Danny Goler, you can't think about what happened to you in qualifying. You got to keep it pushing. Tough times don't last, but tough people do.
Well, Goler with a fairly brisk run, but actually is almost a full minute behind where he was in qualifying to this same point. Trying to make that transition, though.
Say what you want, Danny Goler is feeling the pain and the strain on the upper body. You have to ignore pain at this point because you need to make that gain.
Looking comfortable, though, keeping the arms at 90 degrees. You can see the intensity on his face. But he looks a bit hung up. Going for the dismount here?
When I see guys trying to look for the dismount early, that lets you know how much the fatigue is sitting in the body.
Yep, absolutely. The arms are straight. He's just going to go for it.
He's
trying
like,
to build up
get me out
momentum.
of here, Matt. Get me out of here. Oh!
No! A hard landing. Oh! Half on the pad. Goaler out, and that was a tough one.
Wow, he fell right on his gluteus maximus right there on the right cheek. I mean, he didn't have anything left in him. Only the best are going to survive tonight and move on to Vegas.
Well, an exciting run, but Goaler couldn't even make it to the warp wall, our 6th obstacle. And in these finals, our course extends well beyond that.
That's right, Matt. Tonight, the athletes will face all 6 obstacles from qualifying, plus 4 more, including one that has never been seen before on American Ninja Warrior.
That's right. For more on this extended finals course, let's go down to Jenn Brown.
Thanks, Matt. Well, in order to guarantee a spot in the national finals in Las Vegas, our competitors are going to need to successfully complete the first 6 obstacles and then the 4 obstacles added for the finals. Beginning with the salmon ladder, our ninjas bounce up to grab a metal bar and then jump themselves up 5 rungs on the ladder. And up next is Cannonball Alley, which is a brand new obstacle this season. Here, grip and forearm strength will be key. Competitors must swing to the other side any way they can using only the 3 hanging cannonballs. If they survive, they move on to the body prop, where competitors position their hands and feet between the walls and move horizontally 24 feet across water. And finally, it's the spider climb. Those who make it this far must wedge themselves between the walls and climb 3 stories to the buzzer. Do this, and they're moving on to Mount Midoriyama. Guys,
Next competitor on our expanded finals course is 23-year-old Brennan Mejia, and he's certainly comfortable in front of a crowd.
I'm a circus performer, so I don't lift weights. Everything I do is body weight or lifting other people. My specialty as adagio is basically a 2-on-2 performance, acrobatics, lifts. I believe being in the air all the time, hanging on, literally for dear life, will give me an edge over some other competitors.
In the stands, cheering Brennan on is his fiancée Caitlin and his father Carlos, both circus performers themselves, and they're hoping Brennan puts on a one-man show tonight. Off goes Mejia. Went out on the monkey peg in qualifying, but it's so often we see it. Someone might struggle and feel lucky to get into the finals, but then they shock us with a performance, and they end up standing atop the final tower. Can Mejia do that tonight?
With that form on the spinning wheel, I'm not sure. His left foot isn't locked in on the hole!
The spinning wheel claims its first victim of the night. What? And an obstacle he survived in qualifying takes him out here in the finals. It's shocking that city finalists who've had time to prepare and practice aren't making it past these first few obstacles.
I saw that one coming, Matt. Look at how his feet are positioned in the hold. He only has his toes in there. You gotta have your whole foot in flush against the wheel or you're gonna end up in the water.
Brennan Mejia out on the spinning wheel.
When I put my feet in, they didn't stay like I expected them to, so I just lost it.
Up next, it's 39-year-old science teacher Kita Kashiwagi from Rancho Cucamonga. And you can see a slew of colleagues from his school out here to cheer him on. But what they might not all know is Kita's dealing with some additional adversity in running this course.
I was diagnosed with glaucoma about 10 years ago. Glaucoma is a disease where the optic nerve slowly deteriorates and then my vision slowly deteriorates. For me, glaucoma has taken away about 90% of the vision I have in my left eye and 40 or 50% of my right eye. The depth perception is much more difficult than it used to be. When I jump down, I don't necessarily know where the ground is. I'm trying to stay positive and I'm trying to do what I can now. That includes American Ninja Warrior.
I'm sure everyone at J-Hugh Middle School is watching Mr. Kashiwagi right now.
Yeah, Kashiwagi couldn't get up the warped wall in qualifying, but I think that the teacher ninja learned a lot from that and is gonna get up it tonight.
This is a guy beloved by everyone at his school, and really people embraced him here in Venice as well. 39 years old, 5'4", 135, has glaucoma, nearly completely blind in his left eye. He is as unlikely a person as you would expect to see out here on the course, and yet here he is in the Venice finals. Excellent form. He's upside down. Let's see this dismount.
Wake up, Keita. You better get going.
Well, this is a guy, he teaches physics, often will use Ninja Warrior training to explain the lessons of physics.
You know a little bit about physics. What's the lesson plan here?
Well, you talk about your center of mass, where it's going to be. And I think on this, we'll really see his core stay in control as you lift a leg, trying to keep that center of mass stable, because this slack ladder wants to adjust with every movement of your feet, every minor shift in weight. This is a science teacher who recently embraced the American Ninja Warrior phenomenon, began to train, and now here he is in the Venice finals. But the glaucoma could be impacting Kashiwagi's depth perception on the course, may explain the more cautious approach. And this cargo net, it may not look that difficult, but it's like quicksand. It saps so much energy hanging on it, navigating your body, getting through it.
And you're probably thinking at home, well, how is that the case? Because there's so much slack, you have to use so much of your power to prevent yourself from falling into the water.
Absolutely. He has fellow teachers in the crowd. Well, he's put a good lesson plan together. Let's see if he can continue this run in the finals here on the monkey peg.
And this is where Kashiwagi's lighter frame works to his advantage. He's 5'4", 135 pounds. He has less body mass to carry, and that comes in handy, especially at the transition to the pegboard.
Since qualifying, Kashiwagi's wife, Christine, gave birth to their second child. Christine watching the competition with the little ones from home in Rancho Cucamonga. Look at that long reach there for the 5'4" Kashiwagi.
The monkey peg will not be an issue for the teacher ninja. It's the next obstacle, which is the beast, and that's the warp wall.
And of course, after the warp wall, 4 more obstacles await Kashiwagi on this extended finals course. The crowd going crazy. Kashiwagi does it through the first 5 obstacles, but the warp wall, as you mentioned, was not able to get up it in qualifying. Can he improve upon that performance here in the finals?
It's the same approach he took weeks ago, and that's very challenging. You can't run directly into the middle of the wall.
Look at this, though, visualizing it in his mind. Second attempt. Oh! I like the improvement, but still well short.
Well, I think smart right now is that, you remember last time, he took off his shoes. Keep your shoes on and get up that wall.
This is mirroring his qualifying run exactly. Almost down to the minute. Kashiwagi, final attempt. Oh! But just not enough.
Oh, man. Teacher Ninja didn't learn from his run in qualifying. Remember, at 5'4", technique is critical. He improved with each attempt. But see how his legs kicked out? That takes away all his momentum, and he simply has no chance at that point.
I need more practice, I guess.
Coming up, Evan Dollard knows what he's famous for.
Nobody recognizes me unless my shirt's off. Let's start there.
But there's a reason the Rocket won't wear a shirt. Plus, things are about to get wild in Venice.
I look forward to pushing the limits, because the limits are about to be broken.
Can Beard Power push James Sklar through these city finals? And later, Kyle Cochran and his dog are about to change the way you think about diabetics.
What I hope to do is represent for type 1 diabetics and come out here and be a type 1 diabadass.
When American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior, where the Venice City Finals have just gotten underway. Of the 30 finalists here, 15 will find themselves on their way to Vegas to compete at Mount Midoriyama. In the finals, our best performers run later in the night. Those who went slower in qualifying are running first, and so far, they are struggling. Juan Doe, a motivational speaker from Seattle, Washington,
That's a big jump.
couldn't find the inspiration to get past the monkey peg. Paul Money, twin brother of Ninja veteran David Money, came all the way from Sweden to compete, but failed to improve on his qualifying run. Paul Money out, going down once more on the 5th obstacle. David looked to make it farther than his brother, but the identical twin wound up going down at the identical spot as Paul. Oh! both go out of the monkey peg in qualifying and here in the finals. Well, our next hopeful is a 27-year-old gym owner out of Santa Ana, California, Justin Taylor. And watching him walk to the starting line is a reminder of just how much Justin has had to overcome.
It's kind of a miracle I'm even here. My doctors told me it would be up to 24 months before I could do anything really strenuous on my legs. Back in the very end of November of 2012, I broke both of my ankles simultaneously, and at the same time, I completely severed both of my Achilles tendons. Hopefully, I won't have any issues with the upper body stuff since I've spent the last year just retraining my legs so I can walk and run and jump. We'll see what happens. I'm really excited.
Off he goes, pounding through the quintuple steps. Apparently those Achilles, those ankles are looking like they're healed.
What's important, too, especially after you rupture your Achilles tendon, is can you get that flexibility back?
Phenomenally strong, incredibly athletic, but he's 6 feet, 195. We saw a lot of the bigger athletes struggle on the spinning wheel. Really comfortable there, excellent control. And he's through. This is a guy, a trampolinist. He owns a gym, has 8 years in gymnastics, 3 years in cheerleading. Goes through the rungs on the slack ladder in just a matter of seconds. That's a great approach. Conserves energy for later in the course when you're really going to need it. Look at that.
Oh, look at that. Wastes no time on the transition.
Well, gymnasts are so comfortable making those transitions on the bars and obviously taking the leap off the trampoline.
All right, now he's at the part where he's taking a little pressure off of the Achilles. Now it's the upper body strength.
Oh, looks like he's tangled up in the cargo net. But makes it through.
Fine.
It's just amazing. This was a guy who was in a wheelchair for 3 months with 2 casts on his leg, but didn't stop training. Taylor went out on the monkey peg in qualifying.
Well, you can't think about what happened to you then. You have to attack it like it's a brand new course, and you have to have a game plan.
Now, hopefully a better game plan than in qualifying when he lost a peg on the pegboard. When his legs were injured, he trained exclusively upper body, and we'll see if that serves him well here. The same problem. Had trouble with those pegs. He probably could have gotten through it, but lost the peg, was really hung out to dry. And now it looks like he's getting through the monkey peg.
He's looking for an escape plan before he even keeps his eye
A
up.
long jump, and he sticks it.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
he knows it was close. And again, what I love seeing is no regard for the ankles, the Achilles. Clearly, mentally, he's over that block. That was a hard landing. Did it no problem. First attempt here, and Taylor goes right up it.
See, he knew he had it in him.
This is a guy who definitely has the strength, has the agility to survive all 10 obstacles. And now the first competitor tonight to get to the salmon ladder.
Well, Taylor is the trampolinist by trade, and he knew exactly where to hit that mini tramp.
In a way, having that injury where your legs were injured, focusing on the upper body training. No! Justin Taylor goes out on the salmon ladder.
Take a look. The bar didn't stay level for Justin, and he just missed the rung on his right side. That usually happens when you get fatigued.
I was done. Couldn't keep it going. Gotta work harder.
Well, next up on the course, getting himself pumped up, is the wild man of American Ninja Warrior. We'd say he's one of a kind, but actually, his uniqueness runs in the family.
My father and I, we spend a lot of time together. He's doing what he's doing, and I'm doing what I'm doing, and it's this beautiful spiritual bond of father and son. We train together in that fashion.
My son, the American Ninja Warrior.
My father, the legend, the one who taught me how to be a ninja.
I don't need $1 million. I don't need the $500,000. I don't need prizes. I don't need anything but joy and passion. I've accomplished my dream, and every year I go to American Ninja Warrior, I do better and better, so I'm gonna put on a show.
The thing I will say about Sklar, when you watch him perform, you gotta be impressed and just motivated by this guy's joy of competition.
You know, and the fact that James Sklar is not like a lot of the competitors, he's got kind of this zen-like attitude to life, but he's still mentally tough and a skilled athlete when it comes to this competition.
The quintuple steps, no problem for Sklar. The crowd's certainly behind him. That beard, as impressive as it is, represents a year of not shaving. This is a guy who's a former U.S. Marine. Served with distinction. After getting out of the service, though, became a pacifist. Sklar looking very comfortable there on the spinning wheel. And even more comfortable bounding across the slack ladder. Goes right into the jumping bars. Wow!
You talk about moving with some speed.
Sklar is always one to go for broke, never leaves anything on the course, enjoys every second out there, can't help but play to the crowd, but definitely taking care of business out here right now.
Yeah, I appreciate the speed he's going right now, but Sklar should be careful. There's still a lot more course left to conquer.
Well, maybe this fast approach is taking its toll. He kind of collapsed on the ground there, but regroups now for the monkey peg.
Well, we know Sklar can be theatrical, but that's what keeps him loose. Every competitor has their method to this competition. Sklar is no different.
Crowd responding, though. They appreciate his ebullience here, his enthusiasm on the course.
You know, at some point, you just got to say it. He is doing his thizzle. You know that, right?
He is doing his thizzle for shizzle. Great positioning on the monkey peg, looking comfortable. I think all the other competitors are going to start growing a beard if he continues with this successful run.
And Sklar only weighs 145 pounds, which is an advantage right here. But his performance is pretty unique.
Well, swinging around up there right now. Seems like he might be playing it up for the crowd right now for fun. Look at him
His
now.
performance is pretty crazy right now.
He's up there hanging, he's smiling to the crowd, pumping his fist. Now the warp wall, an obstacle he's been able to get up numerous times, but again, nothing guaranteed in the city finals.
What is he doing now?
I don't know, but I like it. The power of the beard. He's throwing the beard at the warp wall. And right up it. And taking a bow, look at Sklar.
Well, the show's not over yet. If Sklar wants to be one of our top 15 finalists tonight, he's got to power through the rest of this course.
This is a guy, though, fell on the salmon ladder in the Venice finals 2 years ago. Does not want to meet that same fate here. Body rocking a lot here, though.
Well, see.
Can't do it. And Sklar once again bested by the salmon ladder in the final.
Look at how Sklar only concentrates on the right side and pays no attention to the left. You have to pay attention to both sides of the bar. Before he knew it, his run was done, and look at how he hit his head on the platform. Luckily, he's okay.
Coming up, 2 years ago, he was a rookie sensation. Now, Derek Nakamoto is back, and this time he's leaner, meaner, and sleeping only 2 hours a night.
I've never met anyone that's died from lack of sleep.
Plus, Kevin Bull has a condition that makes him look a little different.
It makes me more aerodynamic.
Now the surprise from qualifying is ready to make a run here in the finals when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior and the Venice City Finals. Our aerial coverage tonight is provided by Goodyear, the tires chosen by experts for superior performance in challenging conditions. Goodyear, more driven. A number of veterans looking to book return trips to Mount Midoriyama, but there's a lot of rookies in this competition hoping to do the same, and right now, Jenn Brown's with one of them. Jenn?
Thanks, Matt. I'm down here with Kevin Bull, who's a lot of firsts tonight. He is a first-time competitor, a rookie, but you're also a walk-on. You stood in line for 3 days to make it here, and now you're in the finals in Venice. How does that feel, and what's going through your mind right now?
Well, it feels really good to be here. I'm just really excited. This is the world's best playground, and I'm eager to see the additional obstacles.
Any one that seems a little bit more concerning for you?
I'm a little concerned with Cannonball Alley. Looks like there's going to be a tricky grip on each one of those balls, and it's always going to be different, so hoping I can figure it out.
Well, we hope so, too. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
All right, well, next up, hoping he'll figure out this finals course is a familiar face, 23-year-old Derek Nakamoto. 2 years ago, as a college student, he was a rookie sensation, but last year he went out in qualifying. Since then, few things have changed in his life, but not his incredible drive and tremendous work ethic.
Now I've graduated from Cal Poly. I'm now working a full-time job and trying to balance training, working out, girlfriend, and things on the side. It gets pretty hectic. So I've just been cutting down my hours to about 2 to 4 hours a night of sleep and just making the best of what I've got. I've never met anyone that's died from lack of sleep. We'll see what happens.
There's no way I could function on just 2 hours of sleep a night, but somehow Derek manages. Pays to be young. And there you see Derek's parents, father Art and mom Sharon, as well as Derek's girlfriend Robin. Nakamoto on the course. Oh, a little low step there on the quintuple steps, but he's through.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see a lot of our remaining guys have no problems with the first few obstacles. I think guys like Nakamoto will really only be tested by the back half of the course.
Incredible work ethic. Barely enough hours in the day for Nakamoto. Fourth generation Japanese-American, born here in the States, but got involved with the ancient art of traditional taiko drumming to stay in touch with his Japanese roots.
Oh, there you go. Took the fast approach.
Right through. 2 years ago, Derek Nakamoto really came to prominence when he had the fastest time through stage 1 in Las Vegas. Last year, though, a disappointing performance. Dropped 15 pounds to get himself in optimal shape for American Ninja Warrior 6.
I like to say the lighter, the better.
Nakamoto gliding across the jumping bars with that lighter frame and hits the middle of the cargo net.
Yeah, didn't catch the net high, didn't catch it too low. Hitting the middle saved Nakamoto a nice amount of time finishing up the obstacle.
And now Nakamoto's through the fourth obstacle. Last year's fourth obstacle, the floating chains, was his undoing in qualifying. Look at this, though. Once he gets on the obstacle, no hesitation, moving as fast as he can.
Look at how he's calmly strategizing each move on that pegboard. I don't know whether it's his leaner frame or not, but Derek looks calm and comfortable out there.
And he's through. Nakamoto well ahead of his pace in qualifying. He gives a thumbs up to his parents and girlfriend, who look a little nervous right now, and the crowd is cheering. As he does often before obstacles, taking a deep breath. Right up on the first attempt. If he can get past the salmon ladder, he'll be farther than any other competitor so far here tonight.
Yeah, more power to him. But once you hit the salmon ladder, there's no break until you get through Cannonball Alley.
Well, he's done it, made it farther than anyone tonight, and he's on to the last new obstacle. Of course, being the first to attempt a new obstacle can be a disadvantage. Well, he's looking comfortable on the ball. Looks like he may be reaching out, and no! Still an impressive run has set the standard on this finals course thus far tonight.
He had no problem making it to the second cannonball, but he tried to go one-handed to the big one, and he never had a firm grip on it. Grabbing the last ball is extremely difficult.
The ball's a little bit bigger than I thought.
Remember, only the top 15 will move on to Las Vegas. We'll have to wait and see if Nakamoto will make it back to Mount Midoriyama, but there's no guarantee, because a lot of strong athletes are still to come. Coming up, Travis Brewer is competing for more than just glory.
He's so inspired by the fact that his older brother is a ninja.
And later,
I know I can be fast, and I know I can be good.
race car driver Thaddeus Robeck brings his thirst for adrenaline to this finals course when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior and the Venice City Finals. While we were away, a few more athletes took on this finals course. Dan Mast, the man, the myth, the Speedo, made it up the warp wall, but couldn't get past the salmon ladder. Oh! San Francisco-based contractor Mario Mendoza, the former walk-on who stormed his way to Vegas last year, was building a solid run. And he's got it, but couldn't figure out how to transfer off the salmon ladder. Oh! Then trapeze instructor Andres De La Rosa, a walk-on this year, made it past the first cannonball, but couldn't swing his way to the third one. Oh! One man always ready to swing around, acrobat and stunt performer Ben Mielik donned his Tarzan loincloth once more and looked solid through the course. But his run also ended at the cannonballs. All four men will have to wait and see if their times are good enough to get them to Mount Midoriyama. Well, up next on the course is Travis Brewer, and there is one particular boy who inspires him every day.
Put your feet all the way up.
I'm in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, and I have a little brother, Ira, who's extremely dear to my heart. Ira lives in inner city LA, single mother, multiple kids. There's just not a real father figure in the home scenario. He's so inspired by the fact that his older brother is a ninja. Basically, every time we hang out, he wants to learn how to move.
Push with your legs.
And so we go to Muscle Beach and we play. He talks about what he wants to be when he grows up. He says he wants to be in the CIA or be a ninja. I think if we keep training, he can do it for sure.
Ira wasn't able to be here tonight, but I'm sure he's watching his big brother from home. There's Travis's girlfriend, Alex. She was certainly a spirited cheerleader during qualifying. Let's see if Travis can give her something to cheer about tonight. Brewer trying to get the crowd going. Obsessed with handstands, has vowed to do one on all 7 continents and done 5 so far. And a little spin move there.
Okay, you know what? He's showing off. He's got it right now. He's feeling himself. Doing a 360 on the dismount.
Well, he did in qualifying. He got to the top of the warp wall and stuck a handstand. It was amazing. This is a guy who's made it to the Venice finals each of the past 2 years, but never been able to punch his ticket through to Mount Midoriyama. 5'7", 155 pounds. This is the guy who trains with his body weight. He can do amazing things, propelling and contorting his body through the air. Just remarkable. Now it's girlfriend Alex flying through the air, hopping the fence. Necklace in his mouth. I love the focus out of Brewer.
Boy, there are some wickedly athletic guys who compete. Woo, he's one of them.
And the leap for the dismount. Jumping bars into cargo, now gonna really start testing Brewer's grip strength.
Sometimes you can just tell from the very start if a guy is ready. Right now, Travis Brewer is ready. I'm going out on a limb right now,
look at
thinking he's gonna be the first one to complete this course.
I think the crowd here has really been shocked at how difficult this course has been, and Brewer looking to shake the curse, and this is just what we needed. Excellent performance thus far.
You see how he calmed his body? That's where he's reserving his energy, not doing a lot of swaying back and forth.
Listen to the crowd. Go, Ninja, go, Ninja, go. Brewer knows how to entertain a crowd, performs in acrobatic shows during halftime of NBA games.
You know, to be honest, it's amazing he's doing all of this with a broken pinky finger on his left hand.
A remarkable performance thus far, and his girlfriend's loving every second of it. Might notice Brewer sporting the matching headband and pants, part of a clothing line he started. Brewer part entrepreneur, but all ninja. And there it is. Wow.
Travis Brewer came to put on a show tonight, didn't he? Oh, and look at this. He still has.
Throwing his shirt to his girlfriend. At least I hope it was his girlfriend who got it. Brewer went out on the salmon ladder last year in the Venice finals. Says if he gets to the top of the salmon ladder this year, he's going to do a handstand. But I got to imagine that plan's changed after seeing how difficult Cannonball Alley is.
Yeah, a lot of grip strength demanded on the back half of this course. Brewer's broken pinky could be a big factor.
Brewer's starting to look fatigued, though.
Oh, yeah, you start to see the body going back and forth like that.
Whoa! He was going for it and thought better of it.
Yeah, easy, but slow your roll, buddy.
Good decision. And here we go, once more into Cannonball Alley. So far, 4 competitors have attempted this obstacle, and 4 have failed the test.
This is his time to shine. He has the athleticism. If anyone can figure out this obstacle, it's Travis Brewer.
Hands slipping, though. Kicking the ball.
I like that. Good move. Now time it up. Don't hold on too long.
Oh! Brewer out! Unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, as you can tell, the level of difficulty for the Cannonball Alley is so hard.
Well, right now, let's go down to Jenn, who's standing by with Travis Brewer.
So what happened there? I saw you kick the ball. It seems like it would have been a good idea, but kind of maybe counterproductive.
Yeah, I was trying to kick the ball and bring it closer towards me so I could actually grip one hand and go to the other as opposed to having a lache. But with the hurt finger and the forearm strength just going weak, I couldn't couldn't quite muster it up.
Well, Alex, your cheerleader over here. How happy are you that he made it up the salmon ladder? How about that?
Happy. That was our big thing from last year, is we just really wanted him to be able to nail that, and he did. So, you know, I can't believe it.
Great job. Guys, back to you.
Coming up, for Evan Dollard, less shirt means more power.
It's my Ninja Warrior mantra.
Find out the unusual reason behind the Rockets' trademark look. And later,
I want to make this the year of the walk-ons.
newcomer Kevin Bull looks to become a known commodity in these city finals. Find out if he can when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior, where the Venice City Finals are underway. And still no finishers here tonight, because no one has been able to get past Cannonball Alley. And while we were away, that didn't change. Military veteran Alexander Hinnes battled with the obstacle, but he just couldn't reach the third cannonball and became Cannonball Alley's sixth victim. Walk-on Robert Aim did make it to the third cannonball, but he couldn't hold on long enough before losing his grip.
I'm just gonna hold on.
7 have made it to Cannonball Alley, and all 7 failed to complete it. Next up is a guy very familiar to A&W fans. It's Evan the Rocket Dollard. And even though it's a little chilly tonight, of course, he's not wearing a shirt. When you're Evan Dollard, the shirtless look is all by design.
I don't like competing with a shirt on. I think it gets in the way. So I have a hashtag, it's less shirt, more power. And it's my Ninja Warrior mantra, because I do feel more powerful when I'm just free of the confines of fabric. I'm somewhat of a fabric phobe.
I'm here to help you become a well-trained warrior.
In the past, I hosted a web series on how to train to be a Ninja Warrior, and I would love to do more of that. Essentially, I want my life to be about inspiring people to unleash their full potential. And that's why I train as hard as I do, because I know that people don't want to see the person that fell on the quintuple steps as much as they want to see the guy who makes it to the top of Mount Midoriyama for the first time.
Hey, if you look like that, why not go shirtless?
There's fellow ninjas Flip Rodriguez and Brent Stephenson. They shocked us all by going out and qualifying, but clearly doesn't dampen their enthusiasm for this competition. They're here to cheer Evan on. Dollard earned the nickname The Rocket on season 2 of American Gladiator back in 2008. Now he wants to be the first American Ninja Warrior.
Matt, let me say this. If he was rusty at all, he sure didn't show it in qualifying.
Taking his time to wedge himself into the spinning wheel.
That happy dance is Dollard trying to control the centrifugal force of the wheel so it doesn't spin out of control.
The Rocket's such a strong competitor. 5'10", 166, has actually leaned down for this season. And the slack ladder competitors either sprint across it or take the cautious approach like the Rocket is doing right now.
Oh! Easy, Rocket, easy!
Good recovery. This approach, perhaps a bit more safe, but it also saps the energy. And as we've seen, you need every ounce of energy to survive this finals course. A little smile out of Dollard, who was a contestant on American Gladiator, won that competition, and as a result, became a gladiator himself. He took last year off to pursue some TV hosting work, but in talking to him earlier tonight, he seems refreshed, excited to be competing again. Crowd cheering on Evan the Rocket Dollard.
See, that worries me now. See Evan shaking his hands? I hope the cargo net didn't use up too much of his grip strength, because the finals course is going to require as much grip strength as the Rocket can muster.
You know, here's a guy who took the top spot in the Venice City Finals in season 4. We'd certainly be happy to duplicate that success tonight, but I'm sure he'd just be happy to advance. It's 10 feet across that pegboard. There are 18 holes. If you use all of them, it will sap your upper body strength. Nice dismount. And the crowd chanting, beat the wall.
Time for a rocket launch.
One attempt, all he needed, barely a challenge to him. But now here comes the real test. The salmon ladder into Cannonball Alley. Nobody has gotten through it thus far in the finals. Rocket, his history with the salmon ladder, not the best. Good job calming that body. You want to make sure you don't have any extraneous momentum to the sides. Keep it all up and down, and Rocket's doing that. One more wrong.
Okay, now the real test begins. Time to conquer Cannonball Alley. Get your mind right, Rocket.
Generating some swing up there. Getting ready for that first transition.
He's got to get more swing going to transition to that third cannonball.
About to take off. Oh! Dollard, the first competitor to get his feet on the landing platform, but just didn't have enough momentum to stick that landing. The Rocket as close as anyone we've seen tonight.
He had a strong swing coming off that second cannonball, but you wonder if he would have been better off not grabbing for that third cannonball at all. He might have pulled it off. Even so, he's the first competitor of the night to make contact with the landing pad.
That is now 8 competitors in a row who've made it to Cannonball Alley and failed. Right now, can anybody survive this obstacle? Let's go down to Jenn, who's standing by with the Rocket.
Oh. Jen, I'm devastated.
What happened?
After the pegboard, after the salmon ladder, my forearms are pumped. I tried to huck that last one. I gave it my all, but didn't quite make it.
Hopefully you went far enough, fast enough to make it back to Vegas. We'd like to see you back in Mount Midoriyama. It's been a little while.
I would love to be there.
All right. Great job tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
Well, the Rocket is in prime position to return to Mount Midoriyama. He's currently 5th on our leaderboard. But some of our strongest competitors are about to run. Coming up, she's the best training partner he's ever had.
To be back here is huge. I think Lilu played a big part in it.
Find out how Kyle Cochran's service dog has taken to all of the Ninja attention. Plus, Ninja veteran Dustin Rocco is feeling the pressure from his kids.
If I don't finish this final, if I come home empty-handed, I'm gonna have a lot of questions to answer. I'm not going down like that.
And later, it's The Godfather Part 2. He blew away the course in qualifying. Now David Campbell is promising the fastest time of the finals when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior, where we join a run in progress. On the course right now is Dorian Cedars, a realtor from Sherman Oaks, California. Cedars has competed on every season of American Ninja Warrior. Has a background in cheerleading and gymnastics, so maybe he'll be the one to solve Cannonball Alley. And again, and mentally it's tough. It's tough when no one's been able to do it. It's always hardest to be the first, and that's what position Cedars finds himself in. But again, let's not take the warp wall for granted. Went out here last year in qualifying, this year able to get up it, but nothing guaranteed. The course was so difficult in qualifying, we knew the finals course would be just as hard. Right out there. And kisses the warp wall.
He has torn through this course so far, and with the fastest time of the night.
Well, in his mind, he may be thinking going the farthest, the fastest, because Cannonball Alley is becoming the choke point. But if he gets by it, he will put himself in good position to move on to Las Vegas.
You know, I'm curious to see what he's learned here from watching other competitors fail on Cannonball Alley. Now he's got to make sure he's got 2 hands. 2 hands is crucial here.
Building up momentum.
Don't reach for it. Jump to it.
He's got it.
Oh! Oh my goodness, he almost had it.
And we're now up to 9 people who've tried and failed to get past Cannonball Alley.
Dorian Cedars was clinging for dear life to that third cannonball, but at 5'6", his grip size was a disadvantage, and he slipped off before he could maneuver himself to the landing platform. Oh, he was so close.
Oh my God, I had it.
What happened?
I don't know. I have small hands and the ball's big. I don't know. I had a really good grip, I thought, on the second one. Got an awkward grip on the third one, but I thought I could correct it once I got my second hand to it. It's going to challenge a lot of people tonight.
Well, we love watching you compete. Hopefully you make it back to Mount Midoriyama this season.
Oh, man, keep my fingers crossed.
All right. Guys, back to you.
Well, someone hoping to guarantee a trip to Las Vegas by conquering this finals course. Got the starting block right now. It's fan favorite Kyle Cochran. Kyle's a type 1 diabetic, and when he ran here in qualifying, we introduced you to his diabetic service dog, Lilu. Since that time, Lilu has become a star.
People who've seen Lilu on the show have fell in love with her. When I'm out training somewhere, people will come up and recognize Lilu, and they'll say, "Oh, this is the dog from American Ninja Warrior." And I'm like, yeah. You know, Lilu's the famous one. Seeing her on the show, a lot of people are kind of realizing that dogs can be service dogs for diabetes. I've had countless people tell me who have diabetes, I didn't know that that was possible. I've had a lot of people contact me when they saw my story on TV, they were inspired, or their son or daughter has diabetes, or they have diabetes, and inspired them to live the life that they didn't think that they could live before, and that's been extremely encouraging. I think Lilu played a big part in it. I think she has opened up a lot more avenues and doors in terms of reaching out to people with diabetes, and drawing encouragement from them and from her has given me a new drive for sure.
And there's Lilu. She's back for the finals, along with Kyle's fiancée, Jessica. And you can see that patch on his abdomen, that's where his insulin pump goes. Lilu actually so sensitive, she's able to tell if Kyle's sugar is too high or too low.
Wow, that's impressive.
Since qualifying, Kyle got engaged to girlfriend Jessica, the two just starting to plan their wedding.
In qualifying, Kyle really exemplified how to take on this spinning wheel. Doesn't look like he's lost his touch here in the finals. Feet flush against the wheel, great form.
Cochran taking the more patient approach to the slack ladder.
This obstacle, the slack ladder, took out a dozen people in qualifying, but the finals is made up of the strongest competitors.
Kyle Cochran inspired so many, being a type 1 diabetic, yet competing at the highest levels in cheerleading and American Ninja Warrior. Now that, I think a lot of women like his physique.
Well, he's worked hard to get it.
This is a guy, though, his hobbies include slacklining, gymnastics, skiing, dirt bike, but perhaps most importantly, rock climbing. That rock climbing experience really trains the forearms, trains that upper body.
Yeah, you've got so many different muscles, the brachioradialis inside of the forearm, and that's really going to help him, especially right here on the cargo net. He just has to make sure to conserve some energy and some grip strength for the later obstacles.
Cochran calming himself here, taking a good breath. 2 years ago, made it to Mount Midoriyama. Last year, couldn't get out of qualifying. So more mature Kyle Cochran here, though. I think he's focused.
See, this is just like rock climbing. You have to find your spot, you have to go for it, trust yourself, pull it.
5'8", but a long reach there, impressive. Oh, missing a peg placement, though.
You know what's so good about rock climbers is when they miss, it's like he did there with the peg, always stay calm, doesn't rush through it. Some guys panic, he didn't.
Looking for the dismount here. Swaying, going for it, and sticks it. About on pace with his qualifying time. 4 additional obstacles await him after he gets up the warped wall.
It's like the never-ending story, the never-ending obstacles.
Yeah. And right up the warped wall. He's on the back part of this finals course. This is where the obstacles are even more difficult and where fatigue really starts to set in.
I'm very confident that Kyle Cochran can make his way up the standing ladder.
His arms fully extended, though, taking his time here. It looks like he's really having
He's got one more left.
And here he goes on to Cannonball Alley.
This is where rock climbers have the ability to excel.
Those arms fully extended, not at 90 degrees.
He's going to be the first one to conquer this.
Can he make the transition? Building up momentum, looking comfortable.
Hurry up and get that momentum. The longer he's on that second ball, the harder it's going to be. He has to go for it now.
Oh! It looked like he went for the dismount there.
And it looked like he hit his face.
Well, a hard fall for Cochran, and Kyle becomes the 10th failed attempt here on Cannonball Alley. But an interesting approach. He realized nobody's been able to hold on to that final ball, decides to bypass it altogether.
Yeah, he tried to bypass that third cannonball, but couldn't generate enough swing. So much ground to cover there, it was almost impossible.
Well, let's find out more about the thoughts behind his approach. He's standing by with Jenn Brown right now.
We haven't seen anyone opt to just skip the third ball. So what were you thinking there?
Well, from down here, the balls looked a lot easier. And as soon as I got the first one, I realized it wasn't gonna be what I thought it was. So I looked down at that platform and I thought I could probably swing it. I didn't think I'd be able to grip that last ball, and so I just went for it, and we'll see if it's enough to get me to Vegas.
So guys, back up to you.
Remember, the top 15 will go to Vegas, but with all the struggles at Cannonball Alley, it may well come down to who gets to that obstacle in the fastest time.
Coming up,
He's a race car driver who tore up our course in qualifying. But rookie Thaddeus Robeck has another side you have to see. And later, it's the run all the other ninjas want to see. The Godfather goes for the fastest time when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior, where we've hit the midway point of the Venice City Finals. And as expected, this extended course has given these athletes all kinds of problems. But the biggest hurdle has been Cannonball Alley. Definitely one of the most difficult obstacles we've ever seen.
Like any obstacle, it's all about having the right technique. The early runners tried to reach from the second ball to the third.
Reaching out and no!
But came up short. Next group, including Tarzan, Ben Mielik, and Evan Dollar, try swinging for the third ball.
He's gonna go for the two-hand technique.
But failed as well.
Brutal.
Mario Mendoza went a different route, going up one more rung on the salmon ladder than he needed to, but the higher angle didn't help.
Oh! Can't hold on.
Travis Brewer got his feet involved and kicked the third cannonball.
Oh,
I like that. Good move. But couldn't time it right before his forearms gave out. And Kyle Cochran tried skipping the third cannonball altogether. He has to go for it now. Oh! No technique has worked.
Akbar, this is my 5th season with American Ninja Warrior. I've never seen an obstacle like Cannonball Alley. It has 100% knockout rate. Well, hoping to change the trend here is our next competitor. He's a 30-year-old race car driver from Fresno, California, Thaddeus Robeck.
Fresno is a really great location for motorsports because you could just go out to the foothills and get on the dirt. But there's another side to my personality too. When I was about 12 years old, my dad told me that there was a kendo school in our town and asked me if I wanted to start taking lessons. So I said, yeah, sure. Kendo is a very traditional Japanese martial art. I got hooked on it and I did it for about 12 years straight. As a second-degree black belt in Kendo, I've trained my mind to lock onto a task and stay focused. For me, ANW is a perfect marriage of these different aspects of my personality. And I hope that my training has been enough and it'll pay off.
There's Robeck's girlfriend, Edna, along with Jason Huey, the architect of the course Thaddeus trains on in Fresno. Both of them eager to see if the training pays off. Robeck bounding through the quintuple steps. We always talk about the new blood that keeps this competition fresh. Robeck, this is his first year, rookie year, but one of the stronger performers out here in Venice thus far.
I like Thaddeus Robeck. I had a chance to spend some time with him earlier today, and such a bright kid, very enthusiastic. All those years of Kendo have really prepared his mind for a competition like this.
Wow. Aggressive pace here out of Robeck. This is a guy who won 2 championships in autocross, and he's got the pedal to the metal here on this course.
Thaddeus Robeck's big theme is no fear. He has no fear of anything right now.
5'7", 145. With Cannonball Alley proving to be the downfall of so many competitors tonight, those who reach it the fastest stand a strong chance of advancing to the national finals in Vegas. In fact, if Robeck can get to Cannonball Alley in less time than Dorian Cedar's 3 minutes, 23 seconds, he'll be guaranteed a spot in Vegas because he will have the fastest time with less than 15 runners left. Going through these obstacles in a quick fashion means less time on them, less energy expended.
Robeck does a lot of gymnastics training. That's helping him right now with these upper body obstacles.
This guy's second-degree black belt in Kendo, a very disciplined athlete, and putting together a commanding run.
Wow, look at his attitude. He's got such a good attitude.
Well, the crowd is loving this. They're responding to his energy. One of the fastest times to this point in the finals. Behind him. Wow!
Look how fast he is. No fear, Robeck, no fear.
Nearly a minute faster than he was in qualifying. This is an aggressive pace, and I like it. Just over 2 minutes into his run. He wants to punch his own ticket to Mount Midoriyama in Las Vegas, but I think he wants to be the first just to survive Cannonball Alley. But right now, the salmon ladder. Wow.
Yeah, look, that was easy.
Great on
that
the salmon
was easy.
ladder. And with that, Thaddeus Robeck is in. He's guaranteed himself a spot in the top 15.
Well, you just hope
Look
that he
at that.
learns. Look at it. Holding it close to his body.
Wow.
That's the secret there. If you can
Great
hold it close to your
strength.
body, Matt. Now, look, you've got to go on there and you've got to give this big ball a bear hug.
Big momentum.
Hug it!
Looks like he wasn't sure if he was going for the dismount there or the ball. Didn't even make an effort to reach it. I don't know if he knew right away when he let go, his run was over.
You know, I don't get it either. He had the right swing going. He had the distance. Look how close he was. All he had to do was reach out.
Well, let's go down to Jenn Brown, who's standing by with Thaddeus.
So many people have not been able to successfully do this obstacle. What was your approach there at the end, though? Because it didn't even seem like you went for the third ball. Were you just trying to go for the platform?
I thought I could make it.
Yeah.
I looked at my chances, and I thought about my grip strength and what I had left, and it was waning, and I couldn't lock in. So I thought, maybe I can get my feet on that platform.
Yeah. Well, it was a valiant effort out there, but I will tell you this. You had the fastest time so far tonight. Guess what that means? Yes. You are going to Mount Midoriyama.
Thank you. That's good. That's really good to hear. I wanted to get there fast.
Well, you did.
I like fast.
We like fast, too, here on American Ninja Warrior. Great job, Thaddeus. We'll see you in Vegas. Guys?
With only 8 runners left, there's no way Robeck can fall out of the top 15. But those near the bottom need to be worried. They could be bumped out by our remaining athletes, and the best competitors from qualifying are about to run the course. He's the walk-on who waited in line days for a shot.
All my life, I've been working to overcome obstacles. American Ninja Warrior here is no exception.
Where did this Kevin Bull guy come from?
Now Kevin Bull, the ultimate underdog, takes on the impossible challenge of Cannonball Alley. And later, David Campbell. He's a ninja legend. But how did David Campbell earn his nickname?
I guess that's why they're calling me the Godfather now. I'm okay with it.
Find out when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to Venice, California, where the first city finals of American Ninja Warrior is underway. During the break, 3 more competitors took their shot at Cannonball Alley. 5th grade school teacher Alex Kane took a 2-handed approach to the first cannonball, leaving him unable to transition to the second one. Just can't hold on. Former Olympic gymnast Vadim Kuvakin took a 1-handed approach to the first cannonball, but didn't have enough reach and became yet another victim of the obstacle. And walk-on Brian Kretsch got both hands on the second cannonball, but didn't have enough momentum to make it to the third.
Oh! That's no joke.
The 100% failure rate continues. 14 competitors have tried, and all 14 have failed. We're down to our last 5 competitors, the best of the best from Venice qualifying. Will one of them be able to solve Cannonball Alley and complete this course? Well, up next, he's a first-time competitor, a man who came out of nowhere in qualifying. He was a walk-on, now finds himself in the Venice City Finals. In Scotts Valley, California, it's 29-year-old Kevin Bull, who uses the great outdoors as his training ground.
Nature is the greatest of all obstacle courses. It doesn't have a plan, it's not a gym. You can never be certain, you have to be adaptable. You have to be able to face a wide variety of different obstacles. When you're climbing on trees out here, it's not the same as using just your fingertips. You almost always have a full hand grab. So working on the finger strength is something that I'm doing almost full-time right now. My biggest weakness is going to be my inexperience in my rookie year. But I feel very confident, and I want to make this the year of the walk-ons.
Kevin flashing the bullhorns to the crowd. See if that confidence translates on this finals course.
You know, rookies in this competition want to make a statement. I really like the energy this guy brings to the course.
Kevin Bull on the course. Again, just his first year out here, but no less of an authority than David Campbell said. Kevin Bull's the real deal. He had a chance to train with him, was very impressed with what Bull showed him. NCAA pole vault champion. This is a guy who was a decathlete. His coach told him he was too short. Wouldn't listen to him. This guy who doesn't take no for an answer. Has a condition called alopecia that's rendered him hairless since he was 21. Bull claims it makes him more aerodynamic. We'll see if that's the case as he takes on the slack ladder. Yeah, real quick through the slack ladder. He knows there are only 4 competitors left. If he can just get to Cannonball Alley in a fast enough time, he's in.
That's why he's flying through this course right now in an absolute sprint. He just saved himself a ton of upper body strength right there.
Well, made a comparable leap onto the cargo net during qualifying, which helped lead him to the 4th fastest run of the night.
I like the pace that Bull is keeping. He's charging through the monkey peg. This guy's out to prove that the qualifying run was no fluke.
Great technique here. You can see the strength for Kevin Bull.
And I love the way he attacks each obstacle with such purpose. Remember, that pegboard is about 18 feet above the water, but he was a pole vaulter, so he's used to being up in the air.
Wow, looks very strong on the monkey peg.
Watch out for your ACL right there.
Now staring down the warp wall. Almost a minute ahead of his pace in qualifying, and that was one of the fastest times we saw in all of qualifying out here in Venice.
He's moving at a blazing speed
right up. And this is what we saw out of Thaddeus Roback. It seems the deeper we get into it, the more aggressive pace these guys are taking. I think they've really got their eyes on Cannonball Alley.
Kevin Bull, may the force be with you, because he is going to need it.
You can hear the other finalists cheering him on. Such camaraderie in this sport. They love to see success, even sometimes at the expense of their own fortunes.
I think what that is real respect for this course.
A course that's been unbeatable so far tonight. He is propelling himself right up the salmon ladder. Oh, a little uneven. You can see a lot of movement in his body. Good. Now, Bull ready to take on the dreaded Cannonball Alley. And by touching that first cannonball, Kevin Bull is in. He's going to Vegas.
If I'm Kevin Bull here, I'm stealing a page out of Thaddeus Roback's book, and I'm hugging the cannonballs.
With that, oh, look at this! A new approach. Getting both legs over it. Is he gonna go inverted?
Wow.
I like it. Thinking outside the box, and sometimes it takes a rookie to do that. Look at this!
Oh.
He's hanging upside down. I love it! Oh. He's gonna go for the dismount upside down and down! Whoa! That's what I'm talking about! The first man to complete the Cannonball Alley Cannonball!
Man! Are you kidding me?
Wow, the crowd erupts!
Are you kidding me?
What an effort. David Campbell's words prove prophetic. Kevin Bull is the real deal. The first man to survive Cannonball Alley. He has punched his ticket to Mount Midoriyama, but he is not done.
Kevin Bull, you can manage my portfolio anytime. He thinks outside of the box.
Well, 25 competitors have taken on this course. Bull, the first to reach the body prop. Have to get horizontal here to traverse 24 feet across the water. Another very difficult obstacle.
The body prop requires you to use your lower body. Don't bend your back, engage your core, keep your abdomen tight.
This is just a fantastic run out of Kevin Bull.
Can you say determined? Uh-oh.
Here's the
Watch
gap.
that right leg.
Making that transition.
That's difficult.
And the Bull is charging through it. He sees red. Look at this. Onto the second half of the body prop.
He is dialed in.
He's looking comfortable,
Yeah, he is.
Akbar. An aggressive approach to this entire course. Look at this, Kevin Bull, just a few feet away from completing the body prop.
Matt, there's no stopping him.
The crowd erupted. Yeah. And just like that, the possibilities for this finals course have really changed. And Bull now the first man to reach the final obstacle, the spider climb. Wedge yourself in between those two walls, climb 3 stories straight to the top. And that body prop, though, that had to be exhausting, using a lot of the same muscles that he will use here on the spider climb. Making this even more impressive, Kevin Bull was a walk-on here in Venice, and now he stands poised to be the first and only person thus far to complete this finals course. And look at him, shooting right up it. This bull has wings. Look at this. What a run out of the rookie.
You talk about a bullish market. That is a bull market right there.
Kevin Bull's done it! The finals course has finally been conquered. It's a rookie who does it, Kevin Bull.
Walk-ons, baby. Walk-ons.
The first man to complete the finals course here in Venice. Just like that, he's punched his ticket to Mount Midoriyama, and he's also placed himself as one of the people to watch heading into that competition.
Oh, so much tenacity out of the young kid. He knew that he had something in him that no one else had. 14 competitors before him tried, but none of them thought to wrap their legs around the third ball. That is some serious ingenuity right there, and it paid off.
Well, the finals course has finally been conquered. When we come back, we'll talk to Kevin Bull. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior, where we just saw a monumental run by first-time competitor Kevin Bull. You're starting to feel like this finals course would never be conquered. But now Kevin Bull has gone from an unknown to a force to be reckoned with.
I'm speechless right now. Take me through, I mean, did you plan that the whole time? Did you make it up mid-air? What was going on in Cannonball Alley?
You know, I saw a lot of strong guys today still slip off that larger one when they came up to it, so I thought, I'm not gonna be able to hold this with my hands. And I could get my feet around it, but then the only way was to go underneath the ball, so that's what I did.
Do a backflip. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, what does it mean to you? You've got the respect. You had every ninja here on their feet, the entire crowd, and you're not only a rookie, you are a walk-on rookie.
It means a great deal to have all you guys out here, and I want to thank the veteran ninjas for being so generous with their advice and making it a lot easier on a rookie in his rookie year.
You did a great job out there. Guess what? You're going to Vegas. Yeah. We're going to see you at Mount Midoriyama. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Go celebrate with your ninjas. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Jen. Well, next up on the course, hoping to duplicate Kevin Bull's success, is a familiar face to American Ninja Warrior fans. He's a 34-year-old CPR instructor and father of 3. It's Dustin Rocco from Las Vegas, Nevada.
I've adjusted my training a little bit. As my 3 kids get older, I incorporate them into the fitness and the fun. We'll go climbing up the rock wall in the house. Last season, I went to the Las Vegas finals, expecting big things, and then that jumping spider got me.
Oh! His foot just slipped off.
I'm ready to redeem that this year. If I don't finish this final and I don't represent for myself, I'm gonna have a lot of questions to answer when I come home and give them the news. I'm not going down like that.
There's Dustin's wife, Hope, in the crowd. Hope has also competed in American Ninja Warrior. Amazingly fit woman. Right now, the Rocco family hopes, though, resting firmly on Dustin's shoulders. Rocco bounding through the quintuple steps. It's his 5th year competing at American Ninja Warrior. Last year, the first time he's ever made it to Mount Midoriyama.
Remember, the spinning wheel was a giant killer during qualifying. It knocked out more than 30 competitors, but not tonight. Tonight, Cannonball Alley has been the giant killer.
5'10", 160 pounds. One of our older finalists, but young at heart. During the offseason, Rocco hosted a ninja camp teaching kids how to flip off walls, climb ropes. He makes quick work of the slack ladder.
Great technique.
Again, I think after Kevin Bull, we're seeing a little more aggressive approach here.
I think Rocco's experienced enough, though, to know what he has to do here. A lot of guys have made it to Cannonball Alley tonight. He has to get there fast if he has any chance of making it back to Vegas.
Knowing Dustin Rocco, such a competitor, sure he wants to be the second finisher and prove he belongs among the Ninja Warrior elite.
And that's why he's become a favorite of mine. Every year he improves. Every season he does a little bit better.
So far, keeping a good pace through the early obstacles. Dustin's wife, Hope, looking on. Their 3 young kids, ages 5, 3, and 1, back home in Vegas. Rocco had the 2nd fastest time in last year's Venice finals. A little uncomfortable for Rocco being over the water. You may recall a couple years ago in the Venice finals, had a bad fall, ruptured an eardrum. Says he's fully recovered.
That's a painful injury, and that can affect your equilibrium and balance, but he's looking pretty good tonight.
Well, this is a guy who's really dedicated so much of his life to American Ninja Warrior. Has a rock climbing wall in his house. It's a family affair. As I mentioned, Hope often competes out here. He's got his children in training to become young American Ninja Warriors. Right up the warp wall, and almost identical pace to what he had in qualifying. Rocco's gone so far so fast at this point, all he needs to do is get up the salmon ladder and touch the first cannonball, guarantee himself a spot in the top 15. Right up, good jump. Oh, look at this. Aggressive, right up it. And with that, Dustin Rocco has secured a spot in the top 15. Going to Las Vegas, but his family's expecting even bigger things from him. Can he deliver? Or will he follow the only successful technique we've seen on Kemble? No.
That grip strength from the right to left. Take that left arm and go for it!
Look at that, he's done it! Dustin Rocco! So often success breeds success. Once someone breaks through, other ninjas tend to follow.
And he did it the orthodox way.
Well, the CPR instructor has kept his run beating. This is fantastic. Now the body prop. And it's got to be a relief he knows for the second time. He'll be going home, his home city, Las Vegas, for the finals, Mount Midoriyama.
But Rocco isn't going to just be happy getting this far. You know he's got his eyes on that spider climb.
Looking strong here on the body prop.
Oh, boy.
I shouldn't have said it.
I saw a little bit of bend in the stomach.
And you can see
Keep
the legs
the core
twitching.
engaged.
This is literally arms, legs, core, every muscle firing. This transition's so difficult.
Have to keep a nice level. You don't want to be on a decline, an incline. You want to keep it straight and level.
Gotta lock those legs out,
that
get that core
transition.
stable.
That transition can get you now. Look at him fight from up top.
Oh, he's giving out. That's it. Dustin Rocco goes out on the body prop. But I gotta say, he's gotta be elated. He knows he's going to Mount Midoriyama.
Look at it again. Rocco had good core control throughout the first half of the body prop, but when he hit that 2-foot gap transition, he looked confused, got shaky, and couldn't keep his body propped up anymore, but still an impressive run.
Rocco only the second person to survive Cannonball Alley. So Rocco is safely near the top of the leaderboard. It's clear only those who reach Cannonball Alley will qualify for Vegas. But those who did it with slower times are the ones now on the bubble with 3 competitors to go. Coming up, they had a beast-to-beast showdown on the qualifying course. But now James McGrath and Alan Keneally take on a tougher foe, Cannonball Alley, when American Ninja Warrior returns. Our aerial coverage tonight is provided by Goodyear, the tires chosen by experts for superior performance in challenging conditions. Goodyear, more driven. We've got a run going on the course right now. It's Alan Keneally, veteran ninja and gym owner from Moraga, California, and right up the warp wall. One of 2 men laying claim to the nickname The Beast, and the shirt's coming off.
Oh, it's off, it's off.
Keneally getting serious. If he gets up the salmon ladder, as fast as he's gone, he guarantees himself a spot in Mount Midoriyama. This is a guy who owns a parkour gym. Training is a full-time part of his life, and you can see he's just shredded. But hung out here, looking a little exhausted. But he does it. His pace means he's guaranteed himself a spot in the top 15. Oh! And Keneally becomes another victim of Cannonball Alley. This obstacle has now taken out 15 of the 17 competitors who faced it. But Keneally's fast time means he is moving on to Las Vegas. Let's go down to Jenn Brown.
What happened there?
I was gassed. Yeah, I mean, I went fast. Where's you out?
Well, you went far enough, fast enough. We will see you in Vegas at Mount Midoriyama.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Yeah!
He's happy down here, guys. Back up to you.
Well, from one beast to another, next on the course, James the Beast McGrath is a 27-year-old lifeguard from Normandy Park, Washington, who had the second fastest time in Venice qualifying. This year, he's ready to take it all.
Every year on Ninja Warrior, it seems like I've had a different job. As a lifeguard, as a personal trainer, I've scooped ice cream, I've been cutting down trees recently. I guess part of me has been postponing going and getting a real job and becoming a productive member of society, but I can't give up on my dream. Right now I'm solely focused on conquering Midoriyama. Yeah, real life. Who wants a real job?
There's Mario Mendoza. He's on the bubble right now, and right next to him is Evan Dollard, who's next on the list. You know, both will be watching McGrath very closely. Each of the past 3 seasons, James McGrath has made it to Mount Midoriyama, hoping to keep that record intact. Mario Mendoza's fate hangs in the hands of the beast, James McGrath, one of the stars of the sport. But let's not forget, only a few years ago, he was a walk-on who slept in his aunt's van the night before the competition. Sure enough, through the spinning wheel. So lean, so strong, athletically gifted, does martial arts, parkour, rock climbing, all of them virtually self-taught. Look at this.
Yeah, he's definitely in the gifted magnet program, that's for sure.
Just such a comfortable, easy run thus far, saving so much energy is McGrath. Wow.
I mean, under a minute to get to the monkey peg.
Well, he was given the nickname the Beast for his physical prowess, but it's also the intensity with which he competes. And you can see it on his face. He is all business tonight.
Yeah, he had no problem with the monkey peg in qualifying, and that isn't changing here tonight in the finals.
Well, at 6'2", a long wingspan served him well on the pegboard. I think that was about as few peg placements as we've seen anyone do. And Mario Mendoza on the edge of his seat, anxious to know if he'll return to Mount Midoriyama or not. McGrath under a minute 40 to this point. He gets to the top of that salmon ladder. He's going to Vegas.
Anybody knows how to ride the peak of the momentum, it's McGrath.
And with that, we say goodbye to Mario Mendoza. You just have to have such an appreciation for what McGrath does on the salmon ladder.
Oh, Super Mario gone.
Transition!
Wow! Matt, that's how you do it. That is textbook from the Beast. You better get off that ball.
Got to get his momentum up. And he does it! Just the third man to complete Cannonball Alley, and you can see why they call him the Beast. What a physical performance.
Coming off of the Cannonball Alley, his hands are tired. He's trying to just get that good grip.
Here he goes on the body prop.
Yeah, you can tell he's very...
Didn't look comfortable on it. McGrath out on the body prop, but he is going to Mount Midoriyama for a 4th straight year.
Well, he handled the third transition on Cannonball Alley as easily as anyone tonight. But I think on the body prop, he never got his feet locked in.
What this means is now Evan Dollard is on the bubble in 15th place. He's going to Vegas unless the final competitor can knock him out. But this last runner is one of the all-time greats, David Campbell. Who's going to Vegas, the Godfather or the Rocket? We'll find out when American Ninja Warrior returns. In Dallas qualifying, she set a new standard for women. Next week, 5-foot-tall, 100-pound Casey Catanzaro takes on an even bigger challenge, the much tougher finals course. Can she possibly make history again? Find out when we move to Texas for the Dallas City Finals. Well, we are excited for next week, but here in Venice, California, this finals course has been grueling, with only 3 people getting past Cannonball Alley, and only 1 finisher in walk-on Kevin Bull. But there is one last ninja yet to run the course. He's a ninja legend. It's the Godfather himself, David Campbell.
As far as being an authority figure for Ninja Warrior, I've kind of put myself in that position. As far as I know, I'm the first person that started building serious Ninja Warrior obstacles, and definitely the first person to have a full-scale Ninja Warrior course set up in America.
Whenever David Campbell steps up to the starting line, you know it's going to be pretty impressive.
The fastest time of the night.
David Campbell keeps me from thinking that I'm very good at this.
He attacks each obstacle very precisely.
Campbell flies through Domino Hill.
He inspired me. David really was
the original, the inspiration to everyone.
This is the guy, this is the Godfather.
I have the most experience of anybody here, and I guess that's why they're calling me the Godfather now. I'm okay with it.
David Campbell's competed on every season of American Ninja Warrior. I gotta tell you, the man who's in an uncomfortable position right now is Evan the Rocket Dollard. He's on the bubble with the most experienced man in the entire competition, David Campbell, on the course.
Matt, those are fighting words right there. You better know the Rocket is not pulling for David Campbell right now.
Campbell finished the qualifying course here with the top time of 1 minute 55 seconds, just narrowly beating out James McGrath. And this really is a resurgence for Campbell. At 36, some were questioning if his best years were behind him. Made it to Mount Midoriyama in each of the past 4 seasons, but last 2 years for him, disappointing performances. Dollard, a seasoned veteran, very aware that his Vegas prospects are in jeopardy right now. Campbell really stepped up his training regimen. For him, his life-consuming goal is to be the first ever American Ninja Warrior. He'll be satisfied with anything less. Trying to ensure a firm grip on the monkey peg. Oh, going cross-arm. A little hung up here.
David Campbell's 36 years old now, and he has as much experience on obstacles as anyone out there.
Well, Campbell needs to get to Cannonball Alley faster than Evan Dollard's time of 4 minutes 41 seconds to guarantee himself a return trip to Vegas. Now, he talked about here going, as he calls it, dead arm, arms fully extended, conserving energy, but we see him at 90 degrees. Looks like he's changed his approach. The Rocket in such a tough spot. You can see the nervous look on his face. He knows Campbell has a pace fast enough. If he gets up the salmon ladder, he will send Rocket home. And right up it.
There it is.
This is a man, really one of the originators of building obstacles in his backyard. Built almost an entire stage of Mount Midoriyama in his backyard. Campbell's so passionate about American Ninja Warrior. The Godfather hoping to reign supreme.
At this point, it's go hard or go home.
Right up the salmon ladder, just needs to touch that first cannonball. And with that, we say goodbye to Evan the Rocket Dollard. But now Campbell takes on the toughest obstacle we've ever had, Cannonball Alley.
He's guaranteed a spot in Vegas, but he's the Godfather. You know he wants to conquer this obstacle.
Oh! Campbell nails the transition to the third cannonball.
I can't believe he stuck that.
But can he hold on and make the dismount before his arms give out? And the Godfather's done it. Out of 19 competitors to make it here, Campbell just the 4th finalist to get past Cannonball Alley. It's a 79% failure rate. One of the most difficult obstacles we've ever seen.
I know the Godfather wanted the fastest time of the night, but I think that Kevin Bull might be sitting pretty with the top time in these Venice finals. David Campbell just has too much left to do.
Campbell seeming to answer a lot of critics and doubters who wondered if his best years were behind him. Well, Campbell said he was a bit of a loner growing up. He's many different passions, including martial arts and music, but says he really felt he found his home with American Ninja Warrior. Wow, and look at the fast pace on the body prop. Campbell wasting no time. Love this approach again. So intelligent about the way he approaches every obstacle. And he's through. 30 feet away from completing this finals course. He's gonna need to get up this quickly. About 15 seconds left. He's a human elevator. Look at right up, and it's gonna be close. 5 seconds, and he does it. David Campbell, just the second to complete the course. The last one of the night, the fastest run in the Venice finals.
Did I just see that? Are you kidding me? 17 people felt Cannonball Alley, and yet David Campbell made it look easy, like he's done this 1,000 times before. And then, like a bolt of lightning, he shot up that spider climb, besting Kevin Bull's time by mere seconds. Incredible.
So the competition in Venice comes to a dramatic end with that triumphant run from the Godfather, David Campbell, a man who obviously has to be looked at as one of the favorites in the national finals in Las Vegas. The only other finisher tonight, a rookie, Kevin Bull. So those two sit atop the leaderboard as the only ones to finish the course. The rest of the 15 are those who went the farthest, the fastest. And that includes Alan Keneally in the 6th spot and Derek Nakamoto in 9th. Kyle Cochran ended up 13th, with Tarzan Ben Mielik grabbing the final spot. We'll see all 15 of these athletes in a few weeks in Las Vegas, where they'll take on Mount Midoriyama. They'll be joined by finalists from our other 4 cities. Next week, it's on to the Dallas City Finals with the top 30, including Casey Catanzaro. For Akbar, Gbaja-Biamila, and Jenn Brown, I'm Matt Iseman, and we'll see you next time on American Ninja Warrior.